Trey, obviously, any kind of in-season injury is probably difficult, but for yours that kind of required a procedure. How hard was it to kind of get past that, or mentally and just physically?
It was more physical. It was more mentally challenging, I'd say, than anything because, you want to be out there with your teammates. You want to be out there and produce with your teammates, just like everybody else doing. And you set back, but biggest thing that helped me through that was just having faith in God and just keep trusting my teammates to do their job, and just go out there and trusting my trainers and just doing what I need to do to get back.
Trey, I know you played quarterback in high school. What has this process been like of going from that to one of the most productive receivers in the SEC? Like how has that growth come?
It's different. I will say that. When I first started back at La Tech, playing wide receiver, it was challenging. A lot of days where that back was hurting from all that running. Had to get used to running a lot. But now that I'm here, it's not really challenging at all, to be honest with you. I spent 3 years at Louisiana Tech playing receiver, perfecting my craft, and getting here, just being able to continue to better my craft and get better as a receiver, and starting to pay off.
Hey, just looking at the Georgia defense, it's what y'all see in the secondary in game film.
I'm sorry, you can say that again?
Oh, yeah. It's what y'all see in the secondary, Georgia, in game film.
They have really good safeties. They're secondary, and they have really good players on the outside as well. A lot of good. They have a pretty good nickel, some pretty good sized corners, and they have 2 really, really good safeties that we're scouting up and everything. But we got good players too, so we just gonna go out there, line that ball up, and see who come out on top.
On Sunday, Lane was just talking about just when you were entering the portal and you were coming in on your visit, just throughout that whole process, talking about how unique that was. Kind of, if you don't mind reminding us, kind of share your kind of perspective of that, just going in through the portal and just ultimately choosing to come here.
When I first decided to go into the portal, I wanted to go somewhere where the style of offense was sort of similar in the air raid offense, and coming here it's pretty similar. I wanted to go somewhere they had an established quarterback. Well, we definitely have one here in Jackson Dart, and I also wanted to go somewhere where they're going to compete every single year. And I mean, here with Coach Kiffin, they've been competing every single year under him, and with his coaching style and the way he coaches in his entire offense, that's something I want to be a part of, and that's pretty much how it went. He told me whenever I called him, he was like, "You want to come here and be a first-round talent?" I would, and I told him, "Hell yeah."
Trey, did you expect? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you have a certain degree of self-belief, but did you expect this from yourself? What you've been able to do?
If I'm being honest, yes. I've always had having real good self-confidence in myself. One thing I've learned from my family, especially my mom and my dad, is to always have the utmost confidence in yourself, because, end of the day, it might not be from everybody else, but as long as you believe in yourself, you can do whatever it is that you set yourself to do.
Do you feel, obviously, again, kind of taking the path less traveled compared to a lot of other SEC guys, I guess, do you feel like you're proving yourself every week? You're up against guys who are highly touted in high school who, obviously took a different path than you. What does it feel like to have that, I guess, match up every week for you?
There's definitely that little chip on my shoulder. I didn't have a lot of stars or nothing like that coming out from high school or anything like that. So, going into the game every week, I'm always trying to prove myself regardless of we talking about stars or not. I feel like I got to go out there and prove that I'm one of the best receivers in the country, and as long as I can do that every single Saturday and really show everybody my talents and my abilities, I feel like y'all gonna see that, hey, he's like that.
We probably saw about like 3 one-handed catches on Saturday. Is that something you practice?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, that's not something you just go up there and do. A lot of jug work with just catching one hand, left hand, right hand, and that it paid off, as y'all saw Saturday.
2 questions. One, is there one particular one-handed catch that you've had here or elsewhere that you remember the most? And if so, can you just kind of walk us through it?
It's crazy. What's today's date? Today's the 6th? 7th? Yesterday. So yesterday last year, I made the same exact one-hand catch at Louisiana Tech, going with the left hand instead of the right hand. So that was probably the most memorable before last Saturday.
And Lane's stated multiple times in the past couple of weeks, you don't pay attention to the rankings, the college football playoff rankings, where everything is kind of at this point in the season. with just the implications that's up ahead, and one of the things that Lane mentioned yesterday was kind of like house money, if you will, going into this one. Do y'all kind of feel the same way?
In a way, but we know it's a big game regardless of the conference of the playoffs and everything like that, because we know we're playing against the defending national champions. I mean, like, we're going into their house and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna ball. I mean, we're gonna do what we got to do out there. So, we don't really talk about the college football implications or anything like that, because we know at the end of the day we don't really control it. It's really other guys that are doing some other things that are watching us, and we don't have much control of that other than to go out there, put the ball down, and play.
More questions?
You've got 3 wide receivers on this team that have 600 yards. Just what is the dynamic of that room with Dayton and Jordan? I imagine there's probably some. Do you guys have any friendly wagers or anything on who's going to have the big game?
No, it's not no friendly ways or anything. It's more of we all support each other. Whenever we see a guy that's having a big game, we know, like, okay, he's having a big game. We just got to keep him going. We got to keep him going. We know that sometimes it might limit others touches and stuff like that, but we understand, like, hey, he going off, so get him the ball, and we know we always just trying to do what we can to get to 1-0, and that's how our room operates, and I'm really proud of our room, especially for that.
Good.
Thank y'all. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, real quick. Jackson was just talking about just the day of the previous game and just kind of what you went through and all that, and it kind of seemed like it was similar to that for your big performance against LSU. So from your vantage point, was it kind of any different?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, I just woke up, just went on by my day, try to keep the same routine, try to get the same breakfast, try to do the same little stretches. And, it's, for me, I feel like if I go out there with a clear headspace and a smile on my face, it's not, I'm doing what I love. I mean, it's not something I'm stressed about. It's not something I'm really worried about. I'm playing the game I play as a kid, and, that's the biggest thing for me. I get to play a sport that I've loved for years, and I'm going to continue to love. Thank you.